Hey YouTube, happy November to you guys. I hope everybody is doing well. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about a really interesting topic that has been on my mind a lot lately, and it's basically about seeing beneath illusions. So I'm going to talk about some things that are both mundane and also a little bit more advanced. So we see illusions each and every day of our life. A lot of these things we may see and they may seem simple. Things like clothing, brands, and other things may seem a little bit deeper, such as things that could be hidden in plain sight. So to start off, guys, I want to talk about clothing. Basically, the overall perceptions that we're able to receive in our brains from looking at someone's clothing, how they're dressed, and in traditional Western society, I'm going to talk about this. So one of the first pieces I want to start out with is suits. Someone that's wearing dress clothing. So, what is the main thought that you get when you look at someone that's in a suit? Are you looking at them and you're thinking business? Are you thinking that they look grandiose? Well, coming from a stereotypical point of view, for most Americans, when they look at someone that's in a suit, automatically they perceive importance. Now, this is something that as I've gotten older, I tend to say, all right, that person looks nice, they look good, but I try not to judge them overall as a person by what they're wearing. So pretty much you never know. It may be a wolf in a sheep's clothing. It could be someone that's dressed up nice, but you don't know who's deep down in there. So in saying that, get to know that person for who they are before you try and judge them based off of how they look in that suit. Now, for that association aspect, a lot of people that are in the workplace, some people dress nice because it looks good. Like for me, I like to dress nice because it looks good. And then for other people, they may dress because they want the power that comes along with it. So I want to tell you guys a story that I have of my own. When I was wearing a suit one day, and this was at work. But basically, the first day I was at a conference, out of state. And the first day I wore like a shirt and some khakis, and I just wanted to kind of feel things out. I didn't want to look too overdressed, but I said, all right, I just want to kind of feel things out. And I said, all right, pretty cool, pretty laid back. The next day I said, let me jazz it up a little bit. I put on the suit. I put on a nice shirt, had a black sports jacket and some black slacks. Now, this was extremely interesting. The day prior, everyone was pretty calm. They were coming up to me, they were interactive, but it wasn't anything that was too extreme. That second day, when there were people that were having customer service issues with my other colleagues that were working beside me, automatically they all ran up to me and they're like, excuse me, sir, can you help me? This is going wrong and this person doesn't know what they're doing. And I'm like, yeah, of course I can help you. Like, what's going on? And the colleague was just saying, oh, I was just finished going through the registration, going through the process. And I was like, wow, that's so interesting that they automatically were drawn towards me just off the fact that I was wearing that suit. They associated it with power. They figured, okay, if you're wearing this suit, you have to be over that person. You have to be their manager or their director, and that person is beneath you. So that's an example of seeing beneath an illusion, thinking that a suit represents power, thinking that automatically if someone is wearing a suit that they're perhaps higher than a lot of the other people that are there or in the workplace. So that's one right there in terms of clothing. Another one that I want to talk about is branding. This one is extremely interesting to me because I think about so many things such as different clothing brands. I think about food industry. So if you think about it, a primary example is generic medicine, right? You go to the doctors and you get a prescription and automatically they say, hey, you have the choice of choosing between the generic brand or you can choose the name brand. And you look at the doctor and you're like, hey, or the pharmacist, what is the difference between the generic brand and the name brand? And they'll say, okay, the difference is about $50. One has the brand name and one doesn't, but in essence, both of the medicines do the exact same thing. So you're gonna get the same effect. You're gonna heal and recover from one medicine as you will from the other, right? Seeing beneath that illusion, that brand name has more power because it has the power behind the brand name that's associated with it, right? Whereas the one that's generic, someone's gonna think maybe it isn't gonna work as well because it doesn't have that name. Bingo. The only difference is that most people out front or outright aren't going to tell you that they're going to do the same thing. They're going to say, okay, I think you should go with the one that has the brand name behind it because, it's more supported, it's more history. It just overall seems more legit, even though they do the exact same things. Deep, right? Another example is a North Face jacket, right? You have a North Face jacket and then you have a regular fleece jacket, right? One only difference from one or the other is that basically One has the name North Face on it, has the badging on it, front and the back. The other fleece jacket does not have that North Face branding on it. Which one are most people going to choose? Even though they may have the same amount of warmth, they're going to go with the North Face because it's a reputable brand, they trust it, and people have seen it on other people and they figure, okay, like, yeah, I want the North Face, but they're not seeing beneath the illusion that one may be more expensive, the North Face, of course, because it's that known popular brand, but in essence, the other jacket may be even warmer or just as warm, right? So seeing beneath that illusion, this is something that's going out of the mundane of clothing and going on a deeper level. Thinking about seeing beneath the illusion of social media. And when I say that, what I'm talking about is basically when someone sees someone's page and they have thousands of followers or they have a whole bunch of Instagram likes, automatically they're thinking, okay, this person must be really popular, they must be really loved, you know, a lot of people must care about them. Exit out, scratch that, scratch all those thoughts. Automatically, if you're able to look beneath that illusion of those likes, think about it really and truly. This person is posting on Instagram multiple times a day. They have all these followers, they have thousands of likes. Sometimes I think about it and I'm like, okay, this person may actually be craving attention. They may be actually loving all those likes they get on their Instagram page. This is just my opinion, but if someone is posting like every single hour of the day, I would feel like they're looking for something. You know, they're not exactly feeling content or overall loved and happy, but they're looking for that external stimulation and attention from social media platforms such as Instagram. You know, something to think about, looking beneath that illusion of looking at the numbers and thinking that that equates to love, when in essence, it's sometimes maybe that that person is not receiving that much love in real life or from their family, so they're looking for that externally from something such as Twitter or Instagram. Right? The rabbit hole gets even deeper, and this is one of the last things I want to talk about, but basically thinking about race. This one is extremely huge because, I mean, and of course, like, it is an illusion, but it does impact how a lot of people are treated every day. For people such as myself, I'm an African American male. I'm well aware of my skin color and that there can be discrimination towards me. But in saying that, what I want to talk about is that skin color and race in itself is a huge illusion, and it does exist. But what I'm saying that is that basically, at the end of the day, you think about it, we're all human. We all believe the same. On the external side, we look different, but we all have a soul. We all go to bed at night. We all get buried in the ground when our life is over. So when you really think about these things, you're like, wow, we look different on the outside, but on the inside, everybody has the same soul. Everyone does the same things. Everyone loves the same. They have the same cravings, all of these different things. So it's just like seeing beneath that illusion of skin color and thinking, okay, at the end of the day, you know, we're all human. You know, coming together regardless of those things. So these are a couple of illusions. I wanted to talk about this because I think it's really deep. I think many things are hidden in plain sight in front of our eyes, but we just need to look a little bit deeper to see exactly what it is. And you guys, please comment any illusions that you think about in the comments down below. I would love to hear them. Please like and subscribe. Peace.